Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day and welcome back to the Kin Jordan YouTube channel. I genuinely think Call of Duty is heading in a dangerous direction right now, and it's not regarding SBMM or the blatant cheating that's gone out throughout the couple years of this game. It has to do with the maps, and more specifically, the obsession with small and ultra small maps. Because what Treyarch has been doing with BO6 and BO7 is slowly killing what made Call of Duty actually good and more than a game where you just hop on and shoot people with guns. Over the past couple of years, especially with BO6 and a little bit with BO7, we've seen a massive shift in map design. And it's not subtle either. The majority of maps in these games are small or insanely small, and it's not just a few chaotic maps that are there for fun and like what they used to do with the OG Shimmin and OG Nuketown. It's the core identity of the game itself and has shifted towards constant, non-stop, close-range chaos. And don't get me wrong, this style is fun. It's fast kills and it's just constant action. But with every single match feeling like that, a problem begins to start, in my opinion. Because small maps don't just change the pace of the game and make it faster. They remove something way more important than that, which is depth and decision making, which used to be in COD multiplayer every single year. And let me be real for a second. Call of Duty has never been the most complex game. I'm not going to sit here and say it is. But the best CODs, they always had a baseline level of decision making for the players. And this is especially true when it came to the maps. You always had to be thinking, where am I pushing, what lane am I controlling, and what's the risk versus reward with each decision that I'm making. If you think back to a map like Raid or a lot of classic COD maps, they all included these options. On Raid, for example, you had to think, do you take mid control, do you rotate through pool, or do you want to play ring? Every decision mattered, and the bad decisions you made based on the info you had were the ones that got punished. With the ultra small maps, though, that decision making is gone, and every map just plays the same where everyone gets into head on head gunfights and just turns their brain off while playing. If you've played BO6 or BO7, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and every match turns into the exact same thing. You run forward, gunfight, respawn, repeat. With these maps, there's no variation, no strategy shift, and basically no adaptation when you're playing it. It's always the same thing. And yeah, it is fun, but if we're being honest, in those old CODs, it was only fun because you only had it in short bursts and every once in a while. I would like to compare it to an analogy. Think of your favorite food, right? You love it, but imagine having it every single day. Eventually, it stops feeling special, and that's exactly what's happening here with these ultra small maps. Small maps have always been chaos, but that chaos used to be a treat and something you wouldn't experience every single game. If we think back to when Shipment would pop up in the map voting stage, the whole lobby would literally vote for it as everyone wanted to try and drop 100 kills. I remember when I dropped my first 100 kills on it in Modern Warfare Remastered, and it was so much fun because not every map gave you that opportunity to drop as many kills and play that way. But now that's the entire game, and it doesn't hold any weight of excitement anymore. And now, if you look online and see what people say, it gets worse because regular maps feel too big or too slow for most people. And this is harmful because in reality, these maps are not even that big and they're not even bad maps. It's simply because players have been conditioned by this constant chaos. And in reality, those slower maps, that's what COD has always been. And I'm saying slower with quotations because they're not even slow. And honestly, when you factor in omni movement, the maps actually flow really well. You're able to rotate faster and reposition better, and more importantly, your decision actually matters again on these regular sized maps. If we look at BO6, a map like Hacienda is a perfect example of this. It's definitely not a small map, and I think you can argue it to be between medium and large, but with the Omni movement, it feels like a good, regular sized map that flows well, and it actually gives you time to breathe on the map after every gunfight, versus either when you get a gunfight, you gotta get ready for the next one, or you just die and respawn. With these small maps, there's another big loss that people, I think, don't talk about enough. Because back in older CODs, you played differently depending on the map. Looking at Modern Warfare Remastered, for example, from my own personal experience, on Bog, I might run an AR and hold angles on those hills. On Vacant, I might pull out an SMG and use the MP5 to get in those close quarter engagements in the building. And on Countdown, you already know I was pulling out the sniper on that map because that was just a sniping map. You used to have specific classes for these specific maps. That variety made the game feel fresh every match, and even if you weren't thinking a lot, the game forced you to think just a little bit so you were engaged with the decisions you were making based on the map you had. But now, since every map plays the same, that's completely gone. Every gun feels the same, which makes every strategy feel the same. And when the map stop forcing these different decisions, the game becomes stale. Because no matter what else gets added, you just play the same way, and it doesn't really matter. Realistically, in BO7, there's not one map that comes up where I'm like, oh, I'm going to use an AR this map. And then another map comes up and I'm going to use an SMG. I can just use an AR on every map and just maybe switch up some of the attachments depending on the situations I want to get into. But realistically, none of the maps drastically change the way you want to play the game, which I think is a problem. And the obvious reason, which I think a lot of people talk about the most, and it's probably the biggest ripple effect with these small maps, is burnout. Players get tired of the game way faster when they're just in these constant dopamine matches and in these constant engagements match to match. With every map basically playing out the same, there's no new experiences and there's no unique moments for players to play through on each map. It's simply just repetition, and that's what leads to players getting bored and just dropping the game. And then there's even the camel grind problem, which is a totally other thing. And you already know when a new COD drops, that's exactly what players do, and the only thing they want to do. They don't even explore the game anymore, and they just wait for a shipment or a new town 24/7 to come out and grind their camels as fast as possible, and then quit the game. And I wouldn't even blame this totally on the players, as the devs have literally optimized the game for this short-term goal instead of the long-term longevity of the game. They provide these 24/7 playlists and they make players feel like they have to play them or else they're falling behind on their progress. Now, to be fair, with this video, I'm not saying that small maps are bad, as they've always been part of COD. Like I've mentioned, Shipment, Nuketown, those maps were iconic, but they were iconic for a reason. If you look at those games, those were the only small maps that provided that experience. So it gave you a quick session of it. But now, the devs, and specifically Treyarch, rather than making those maps an exception, they've made it the entire game, leading to these issues. And when the entire game is built around these small maps, like I've mentioned, there's no depth in the decision making that players have to make, so the game burns out faster as they just get bored and they're experiencing the same thing map to map. And despite the issues I think this game did, I truly believe Infinity Ward did really well in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 with this 24/7 playlist. Because if you guys played the game during that year, you know that they didn't really provide those playlists all the time. They might have provided it for a certain weekend or maybe every other weekend, but they didn't have it constantly in the rotation. And I think that helps a lot with the long-term retention of the game. It forces players to actually experience all the maps in the game that it has to offer versus just sticking to one match so they can gain all their progress and then drop the game eventually once they reach their goal. And at the end of the day, it isn't just about the maps. It's about what kind of experience COD is becoming. As a player, do you really want a game where every match feels identical, every decision doesn't even matter, and you burn out after 2 weeks? Or would you rather have a game where every map plays differently, every match feels fresh, and your choices actually matter, and the game forces you to actually use your brain versus just turning it off and shooting your gun? Because right now, COD is leaning heavily towards that. And if it doesn't change, it's only going to get worse, and the perception of COD multiplayer is going to continue going downhill, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.
One more bottom couches. He's behind the desk.
Stay down, Matt. Stay down on time. Stay down on time.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit Mika. I spawn Mika.
Flank them, Matt, if you can.
Broken.
Yeah, I'm going.
Bottom right.
No.
I'm gonna get broken in a sec. I got broken.
On time, weak.
I got time.
Nice.
3.
Nice, let's fucking go.
I got spawns. No, they spawned on me. He's spawned. He's gonna be coming couches to their back.
I spawned P2. Yo, couches right now.
I spawned P2.
On time, weak. Top window, deck.
P2 already. What the fuck? He's on outer right now.
Bottom right.
Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint is active.
Couches.
Hey, couches.
Hardpoint locked down.
Dead.
Yo, someone got them. I got them. Assassin sharp.
I got you.
Front.
Couches.
I got another 2 pushes.
Nice.
Dead. Another one. Two couches.
They spawn back.
I got one.
Everyone back.
Oh my God, how do you spawn in the back? Yo, coming up the steps right now.
Yo, couches.
Hardpoint contested.
Uh,
The guild took the hardpoint.
Got one couches.
There's one ratting under there, dude, in garage.
one's on the roof on They'll
held the
rotate.
hardpoint.
One on the roof, to your left.
Hardpoint located.
Right. Fuck, is about okay.
Leaving the time.
Close on P1.
Hardpoint active.
Weak on new, weak on new.
Two
He
people,
pushed
two
through.
mid cut right now.
And
Two
one
mid
door,
cut.
yeah.
Two mid cut.
Bro, one shot close. He's going back.
One's on P1, one's on P1. I'm gonna get him.
Dojo, Dad.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm whole Dojo. I'm a whole
One's
Dojo.
on outer, one's on
I
outer.
get
He's
them,
10. Speaking 10.
Health store
Dead.
inbound.
Dad.
We got a heli. Shot right here might be the sweet spot.
Alright,
The
Make
field
a
took
right
the
now.
hardpoint.
there's two coming from the front. Two coming from the front.
Mid cut
Yeah,
dead.
nade.
10.
10 dead.
Nice. We gotta rotate.
I'm rotating, I'm going.
Mid cut dead.
I'm going
They're already
out.
gonna be here. They're already gonna be here.
Contesting hardpoint.
Should I pinch?
Window. He's inside. Nice.
Hardpoint is active.
Oh my god. P1.
Outer.
Hardpoint
Nice.
locked down.
I got the
Come on,
flank. I got
come
the
on,
flank.
Stay tight. We're in the lead.
I send armory. Nading it.
Enemy health store
Yeah, he's in there.
It's an armor.
Yeah, he's
One front window. Weak. Nice. One armory. Weak. He's deep back in armory.
I saw one armor. Still one.
Back door.
Contested.
Dead.
Nice.
Oh my god. Let's
Nice.
go,
Go,
boys.
boys. Come
Fuck,
on.
was
Let's
the
go.
worst game of Call of Duty I've ever
Holy
played. Bro. I was in
shit.
a blender the whole time.
Let's go, Chelia.
Fuck.